Well,
I already set up.
Well, check this out. Now,
Wow.
we live.
Oh, hey. That's what happened. I sound just like the scratch, don't it?
Open your ears and listen. Direction for your ambition. New narrative.
It's the community coalition.
Hey.
Yo,
We've been letting it slide for too long.
So now,
no more slipping.
Unity.
In a community.
that's how we rise up.
Empowerment itself.
Knowledge as well.
Let's wise up.
No more fighting as individuals. We municipal.
Change the podcast. This the podcast to listen to.
You got a vision.
We got a vision.
Let's make it visible.
Say we got to fight for our rights.
Well, then enlist me. All bark, no bite.
Real talk.
360.
Yeah.
Back.
Yeah.
Oh, one day I'm gonna get you straight.
Oh. Bite. No bark.
Yeah.
Real talk. 360.
Yeah. Love ad libs. Like me a good ad lib. Who had the hardest ad libs? You know, when you like to listen to, you know how they spitting and then they got that ad lib in there.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Damn. How y'all doing? We back over here. How y'all doing?
What up?
It's taking so long to get to me. I don't know what's wrong with the mic.
What up?
I don't know what's wrong with the mic. How y'all doing out there? My name is Jamel Lai. This is Real Talk 360.
Hey.
We here today. I got my homeboy he's sitting on the left of me right now.
Let's get it.
Corey Grant.
Let's get it, y'all.
Let me just tell him. I'm going to let you introduce yourself. Say it again.
South Carolina's own Corey Grant. Let's keep it simple. We're going to do it just like that because of the foundation. That's what we do. We keep it simple. Corey Grant, Marion, South Carolina, 29571.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Swamp,
and then
what up?
on the front of me and to the right, tell him.
Hey, this is Tory T. All the way coming all the way from Jersey by way of smoke. Oh, look, coming from South Carolina by the way of Jersey. You know, I'm back in here in this building, ready to get this talk on 360. We got, very interesting conversation going on today.
Yeah, man. What's up? It's been a while, man. How things been going?
Oh, man, we've been doing really well. We won our first volleyball regular season championship. We got a champion in the house. My daughter.
Okay.
Shout out the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
All
they
right.
went, undefeated regular season. They're gonna be the #1 seed in the tournament.
Number 1 seed.
We hyping it all the way up, man.
Yo,
man, little one doing real good.
And how you doing over there, my man?
Hey, man, I'm just trying to control this Chadwick household, man. There's a lot going on. Shout out to my wife. Her birthday was just this past week, man. We went in on it this weekend, and I'm glad it's over.
Yeah, like love.
That's cool, man.
Like love.
You know me. My name is Jamel Lai, aka Jamel Lai. Watch me while I ride the microphone fiend. And today, I'm here at 119 Media Group.
Let's go. 119 Media Group.
When I came on today all day, man, I had a whole bunch of stuff I wanted to say. I was going to say this. I was going to say that. I was writing it down. But now I'm looking right. I can't really read my writing. I wish I had somebody that could do it. But
should use that talk to text.
Yeah, talk to text, man. But I can't read off my phone real good. I need it big.
Oh, you had to. That's why you. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we
gonna use it, man. Boy, use it, man. Because I know you wrote down some good stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, man.
See.
Ooh, it's
Man,
crazy out here.
it's been a day, man. It's been a week.
It really has been, man. It's been very interesting. Very, very interesting.
Very interesting, man. What's the interesting? The interesting thing about it, man, we're going to talk about Kanye West.
Yay.
Yay.
Yay in his interviews.
And his interviews.
Man.
I'm pretty sure everybody out there didn't see
What?
Drink Champs.
Yeah.
And have their feelings about it. And one thing about it, life, you are entitled to your own opinion.
Facts.
That's why there's so many podcasts now. That's why there's a lot of other stuff. Everybody got an opinion by now. And you have the outlets now where you can let it be known.
But check this out. Opinions and facts are two different things.
Uh-oh.
Right?
That's a fact.
Yeah.
They are two different things.
So don't get opinions messed with facts, right?
That's key. Let's keep that in mind. There are gonna be probably several footnotes while we speak that. We just want to keep, certain things in mind. So let's keep that in mind as we proceed with the proceedings.
So as we know right now, they say Kanye says some anti-Semitic things, right? Mm-hmm. But when I looked up the the meaning of anti-Semitic, I was astonished.
As was I.
I was astonished.
As was I.
Because anti-Semitic means hostile or prejudice against Jewish people. Did you look it up?
Yeah, but
tell me what you said.
From what I saw, it was it's an international
rule.
This isn't just local. This ain't state. This ain't American. International, of course, and rightfully so. And shouts and props to them for having this established.
Yeah,
where you can't say nothing. You better not,
unless you're gone.
Well, with that being said, and I know Mr. West, he had some interesting comments, but by what's happening to him now with his businesses, people pulling away, pulling out from him, is that not proving his point?
It proved his point, but it proves my point. It proved his point, but it proved the point where, like I said something this morning. I don't know if it was yesterday or this morning. A free thinker sounds foreign to an enslaved mind.
Say that. Slow it down and say it to him again.
A free thinker sounds foreign to a enslaved mind.
Mm-hmm. I think I liked that. I gave you a thumbs up.
And I ain't even, so I could say some stuff that you don't understand and will offend you, or you not believe. But maybe it's the truth.
It could be. It could be, and sometimes if that's your truth, especially if that's your truth, and you have experiences to draw from with that, who are some outsiders or some strangers to tell you different?
Yeah,
my thing is this though. You said a lot of people have opinions. That's what we started out at, right? So, are today's people really having opinions, or are they just copying what the next man's saying?
A lot of people copy what the next man says. Go ahead, Corey. I want to give you that.
Yeah. Yes. Short answer. I would just say yes. Yes, sir. And the short answer, people follow, and that goes right to what you just said.
Enslaved mind.
Because they're enslaved. They're just going along with what everybody else thinking. And then anytime anybody says anything out of the box, there's a process in American media that I've noticed. There's a pattern. They'll come the slander, which is used to discredit, and then they'll begin to tarnish any of your previous works.
Yeah.
Hurt your legacy and things like that, and use any, and it's like, wow, really?
So okay. So check this out. This is what I wanted to say. All right. Now, I'm asking this question: did he tell the truth when it came to the Jewish people? When it comes to entertainment, business, meaning music and movies and fashion, that they run everything, right?
If that's indeed true, I don't see that's where I'm confused, because he's running, of course, in circles. I ain't it.
Yeah.
I ain't privy to that information. I ain't got that crowd, But he is. And if that is indeed what you're saying, what we said before, if that's a fact and not his opinion, if there are statistics or numbers where that's proven, and the majority, meaning over 50% of those types of businesses, if that's indeed true, what he's saying, what the problem is.
So he's talking about every area that he's in.
Right.
So every area that he's in. Because I remember last time when he was on Sway, he was like, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that, but I keep getting stopped here.
And Sway was telling him, you can be.
Yeah.
And that's what he ended up doing.
And that's what he did. Sway had the answers.
He did.
Sway had the answers.
All of that.
But his predecessor mentioned that before in a rap song, though. Jay-Z said something about the Jews before. They couldn't cancel him, though.
What did he say?
He said, I forgot what it was. It was on the 444 album.
Yeah. And he gave you everything.
Yes.
He gave you all the secrets on the 444.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people didn't like that album, because it wasn't what you was used to.
Yep.
It was telling you some stuff that if you had an enslaved mind, I'm gonna say, but if you didn't understand that you wasn't gonna recognize it. So it's not a song that's going to make you dance. It's not a song that's going to make you hype, but it's going to give you a little knowledge.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying, on what's going on if you're in that business. But my thing is, what I was thinking about is anti-Semitic, right?
Right. And it's kind of broad. It's broad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that means you can't say this about this person or this sets of people.
Right.
But when it comes to another set of people, you can say anything.
Yeah.
There's no word for it.
We don't have a word. I was talking to Tori early, and he said, "What's the word for us African Americans?" I said, "Open fire."
Facts.
For real, and I'm laughing to keep from crying, but that's just truth.
Yeah.
We just got civil, what we consider civil rights.
Yeah.
What, 65, 70 years ago? We just got those.
And we don't got them all.
That's what I'm saying.
It looks like we got it. Yeah. But check this out now. The Jewish had the Holocaust, right? Where they went to camps and killed a whole bunch of people, and a whole bunch of people died. But black people also had a Holocaust.
Talk to them about what they say it was.
They took our ancestors from the land that we were from.
From the motherland.
Okay. On the way over, people died.
Yeah. They killed people, threw them overboard.
Yeah. So we had a Holocaust at sea.
You could say, yes.
And then when we got here, we had a Holocaust at the plantation.
Yes.
Did we get any money for that?
No reparation.
Can you not say this? Can you not mention plantation and stuff when it comes to the African American?
Not only that, but they're trying to erase that they've already erased it from the curriculum of what they consider the education system. Yes. They don't want it to be taught. Like that's not part of the history.
Yeah, but you can mention you can mention the Holocaust all the time and talk about it.
Yeah, we'll teach you about that.
Yeah.
We'll teach you about all that. But this was right here on the soil that we travel, live, do our service every day.
And then for you to mention, you said that you don't want them to mention plantations, but most stuff out here in the South is still named plantation.
It is.
Apartment complex is the plantation, or this subdivision, the plantation. But that's not detrimental to our people. That doesn't bring up trauma for our people.
Yeah, like that don't play. It don't mess with your mind.
Yeah, it doesn't mess with your mind. Like like I said, nobody goes and attacks them. The people that has these places that have the word plantation in it, and that's what we know that a history of what our people went through. They lived on plantations where they was abused, murdered, killed, sexually assault, everything on the plantation. But you want us to come and then live in a location where it says, "Oh, Gable's plantation," or whatever plantation, and nobody doesn't say anything. But once someone says something about the Holocaust, the Jews, or anything like that, it's an uproar.
Yeah, I wonder if there are any, not that it took place over here, but even over there in Germany.
Yes,
if there are any, lands or apartments that are named after areas or owners or generals of the Nazi army or of the people who were doing that to the Jews back then. I wonder if there are any subdivisions or any apartments or any streets or any buildings named after these people or any statues.
Now check it out now.
I just wonder.
And I ain't cutting you off. I ain't cutting you off, but I'm talking so I can get on the camera too while you talk. I lived in Germany.
Okay, talk to me.
I've never seen it.
Bringing up that probably you get the sideways look, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
And
I would imagine.
Yeah, and I lived.
We don't want to think about that. We don't talk about that.
And I lived in the German town. I didn't live on post, so I seen it all of the land, and I never seen one thing about that. Now this was in the 80s, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, I know that. I'm not from Germany, but I know that swastika, that's a negative. Yeah, that's something you don't want to be affiliated with, right?
Yeah, I've seen that too.
From what happened to my people, and again, there's certain flags that remind me of things that were done to my people, my ancestors. But
you got to think about it. They put that in our face every day.
That's my point.
Every day,
that's what I'm saying.
They try to give us a reminder of what to us, and it could be subliminal, and people don't realize it, but it's still a reminder to us. We did this to ancestors, and we're gonna keep this. Like you said, they got statues of people that were slave owners.
Colleges named after
colleges,
high schools named after.
Yes, everything is a reminder to let us know, but we can't even mention it off our lips, and it's a big uproar. And then, like I said, the people have their opinions, but I think they just copying instead of actually doing their homework and seeing, hey, what he was saying, is it facts? Yes, it is facts. It is facts. You know, I mean, if you look at it, who runs, at least 90% of the world? I mean, well, in that realm, in that realm of that world is Jews.
See,
they own it. Even I've heard people say, hey, the best lawyer to get is a Jewish lawyer.
I've heard that. Go ahead, finish.
That's a heck of a rumor or a myth to have about you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I mean, so you figure like this is a continuous thing of this, like you said, rumors of things been put in place, and then for someone of another race to mention it and put it out there, and he's not the first. The only reason they're attacking Kanye is because they going off the state of his mind and what he's doing and stuff like that. Not saying everything he's done is 100% facts or right. I agree with.
Hell no.
He is bringing light to some stuff, and the way he's bringing it out might not be.
We know it ain't conventional.
Yes.
No,
and that's what it's not. I've never seen this before.
Yeah.
But I'm only in my 40s.
Yeah.
So I maybe haven't been living long enough to where. But to me, his method, that's his.
Yes.
Do I agree with what he's saying or how he's going about doing it? No.
Like the old saying say, hey, you don't want to get served steak on the top of a garbage can lid, and that's what he's doing.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? You understand? Like, you might love steak, but you don't want to get served on top of a garbage can, and that's what he's doing.
Okay. All right. Right on.
But you know how serious when he was on that on Drink Champs, right? He told you, but you know what? I'm ready to give my life for this.
He said he ready to die for it.
Yeah.
He said he ready to die for it.
I'm ready to give my life for this. Most people ain't gonna say that.
Who's saying that now?
Nobody.
Nobody ain't saying that.
They ain't gonna say that.
Especially at the level. This dude is a billionaire. And did they also? And I didn't know this, so props to him. Is he the richest? He said I don't know if wealthiest and richest mean the same thing in how they were using it.
Last week he was the richest black man ever.
Ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
But I just
he was the richest black man ever.
But I heard a report this morning that he's not actually. He was evaluated at $1 billion, but since these companies pulled back, he's not evaluated at $1 billion no more. So his actual net worth is $400 million.
Yeah, but
that's what he was saying.
That was last night, but last week he was, if I'm not mistaken, he was 6.6 billion.
Okay.
Now after yesterday, after everything dropped off and Balenciaga pulled out, Adidas pulled out, Vogue pulled out, social media pulled out, JP Morgan pulled out. Yeah. He had 140 million in Chase, and they told him to get it back. But check this out. Out of that, all them people with all them, he was 6.6 billion. Now you 400 million. No contractual. You have to abide by. You're free.
He free. He bought his freedom.
He bought his freedom. Yesterday was at his little girl volleyball game, looking cool and calm as ever. So, but now we, I'm gonna use this. We like it when you see Balenciaga. I'm with Balenciaga. I'm with Adidas. Mm-hmm. I'm with Chase. I'm with Vogue. It looks good, but you're a slave for them. And he'll tell you, I'm a slave for them. But right now, I'm 400 million and I'm free. I take that every day, Corey.
I know I would. I ain't never had neither one of them. I ain't never had 6.6 billion. Now I can't relate. I ain't never had it.
Yeah,
and that's all right. That's all right. But if I had that, I think I'd be. If I had to settle to be a 400 million.
Free man.
I think I could do that. Yeah.
That's why he said, "Yo, this." In the first interview, he said, "Yo, this is a free man talking."
Man, how much would you pay for your freedom? Is what we need to be asking ourselves.
He said with his life.
Yeah, he said he ready.
He said with his life for his people.
That's what he said.
He said with his life for his people,
and I believed him. Because for him to go out and what he's doing now, he's forcing them to sever ties.
Yeah, he done told a lot. Yeah,
and he's like you said,
another way of forcing yourself out the contract.
Right,
man. He ain't no fool.
Right.
You think he's a fool because you just never had that type of bread before.
And we ain't never seen this before.
Yeah.
We ain't never seen this before.
And he's showing you that money ain't always the purpose. Sometimes purpose is greater than having the money.
And that's the quote right there. That goes to the quote, because we all with that money, that almighty dollar, because you know what, shut your broke ass up. Mm-hmm. You could be talking the truth and saying something, but if you don't look the part, and if you ain't got nothing to show, but ain't nobody paying.
How you gonna come tell me you don't got more than me?
You don't even got more than me. What you know? What you know? I got to get to that Frederick Douglass quote on that. And Charlamagne the God said it, but it's a great quote, and that's what we do. That almighty dollar. He said, "No, I ain't gonna buy down to that no more."
But we seen that to go back a little bit. We seen that with the Kaepernick thing.
Same thing.
Kaepernick took a knee. He was
hold up. But the difference is, and it could be, it is a good synonymous scenario. But Kaepernick wasn't all pro, Super Bowl winning. He wasn't on that level within the football, or within the culture.
So if he was like Brady,
oh my goodness, can you imagine?
If he was if he was like Brady, you think other football players would have followed? More football players would have followed.
They follow Brady right now. He ain't know nothing.
I'm saying though, if Kaepernick was that level, would people still would have followed, or they would have chased that dollar?
Oh, they're gonna chase the money.
I think the players would have, but I think the culture and the people would have followed him. Players gonna do it. They're gonna get replacement players. They're gonna play and the game gonna go on.
Yeah,
but that's just because people fought after Ali sacrificed. Mm-hmm. They were heavyweight champions after that. Mm-hmm. You know, the game gonna go on. They're gonna keep that going. But
especially with our people.
Oh yeah,
I can't lose that. Even though he is telling the truth, I can't lose that. Mm-hmm. I heard him. He was talking right, and he said he has some Jewish friends. When he was in this conversation, he was saying, "I have Jewish friends." Mm-hmm. One of his Jewish friends came by while they was talking, right?
Yeah. Dapped him up.
Yeah, and he said, "I have Jewish friends," right? Mm-hmm. He said, "I was with one of my Jewish friends one time. I think this is a dude from the American Apparel. I can't remember his name." And he said, "Yeah, you should come to the
Holocaust Museum,
the Jewish Holocaust Museum." Ye said, "Well, you should come to Planned Parenthood and Plan B and see our Holocaust Museum."
That's still going on. He
said 50% of murders in New York City was abortions.
Come on.
50% of murders were abortions.
Come on. What you got to say to that? If these are numbers and these are statistics, because you know I love stats.
Yeah.
What's your comeback to that?
I don't know, but you know what it makes me think? Yeah. Is it goes back to the Democrats and Republicans, and when they was fighting so hard for, I see why they put the emphasis on abortions or things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then even what he said with if you want to talk about the destruction of our culture and attacking the babies and the youth, look at the outlets and what they're pumping into the media outlets of our babies as far as music wise.
Oh, and look
at the level of toxicity and stuff that's going on in that.
And
then you look at the number of fights and the number of things that are happening at these schools, you know, around these areas and probably everywhere in the country. It's being pumped and that's being fed to him.
Into the system. He took an example of the 808, right? You know, 808, right? Mm-hmm. And he did it, boom, 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 boom. Yep. And he showed you, these are rockers. He said rockers. Mm-hmm. And that's meaning like how the beats makes you feel. Mm-hmm. But then he came back with a quote, said, "I'ma F your blank.
And
I'ma kill
your-
that
yeah.
N-word. I'ma F your blank. I'ma kill that N-word. I'ma F your blank. I'ma kill that N-word. Now he said, go on your phone, go to Apple, go to hip hop.
Pull
I
up the
bet the
music.
first 3 songs
Got it.
is something to that content right there.
And who want to bet anything that you got on you or anything else? Bet your next check that ain't in the top 3. Apple. But see, that's and are those not? I know it's not. Maybe it's not anti-Semitic because it's not within the Jewish culture in which the rappers and the music is referencing.
Yeah.
But for us and ours,
The ones with that would have no name. It doesn't have a title for it. Yeah. But you gotta realize something. That's been like that for years.
Exactly.
I mean, you gotta think about it. Even before the music, if you look at our neighborhoods, why are there more liquor stores in some neighborhoods than in schools? And then what's so ironic about it is, if you go to the suburban neighborhoods, you can't find a liquor store. You find the big outlet liquor store, but then the ones that really want liquor, because the outlet closed at a reasonable time, but in the hood, liquor store closed at 10, 11 o'clock in certain areas, maybe not in the South. And then who you see coming down there to get liquor, that really want liquor? Them, because they know, oh, I go to this neighborhood, I'm gonna get this liquor. So there's always been that. I've grown up in the area where there was one public school and there were 1, 2, 3, 4 liquor stores within the area around. That right there is you know what I mean? That's a diagram of how they already started from there. Then, like you said, you feed in the music, you feed in the projects.
give them that fire water,
I mean, all that right there is.
give them some guns.
Yeah.
Check this out. Every culture, I didn't say every culture, I'm saying every culture invests in African Americans.
Yes. Except us.
Except us. I'm gonna give you some examples.
I know. It's just like, say that again, though. That's just what are we doing?
Every culture invests in African Americans except African Americans.
Facts.
I will come to your neighborhood, right? I will put a convenience store dead in your neighborhood. I will put a liquor store in your neighborhood. Man, I was just looking the other day, right? GMC, General Motors. If you look at all their trucks, SUVs now, they made their real well bigger. You know why?
Because they know the adjustments, and because after we leave the dealership, we go straight to the rim shop,
and we got bigger wheels. Okay.
Yeah.
Arabs, they come to and they invest hundreds of thousands in stores in our neighborhoods. McDonald's, wherever we at,
They at.
It's coming.
McDonald's coming.
It's coming. It's coming. Yeah. 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 And these are things that are embedded within our community.
So everybody sees how valuable it is to be an African American except African Americans.
I'm telling you.
You know, and another thing is too, like, even the big businesses, like if you go to like Target, Walmart, you know they do, like, I've been a marketer for years for a lot of companies. You know what they do, right? They pull up the map and they look and they say, what is that neighborhood? What is that neighborhood? What is that neighborhood? Okay, there's majority African Americans there. We're gonna send African American product there to that Target because we know they're gonna buy it. If it's white, oh, we're not gonna send them there. Send about 2%. It's probably 2% there. African Americans there. Oh, let's flood the West End. So you know already that they're making money off of us, but we don't have that. Let's like you stated, like coming off, you know, piggybacking off what you're saying. We don't have that. We have the power, the wealth, and everything to establish our own stores, brands, everything, but we don't. Yeah. And just like you you stated earlier, or for something you posted, it was like we're so afraid to come together.
Yeah, we are.
Oh yeah,
and we don't have a heritage, anything to hold on to.
No, you can't go back to the old country
anymore. We don't have We don't have that, man, and we're just floating around, and that's why all of these different cultures can just come in, give us what we think we need, and
but
give us what we want.
We have something we could build off of. Black Wall Street. We could build off of that. It was once established in the United States.
It really was.
We had one of the best influential neighborhoods and towns and cities. I was thinking Oklahoma.
Man, I ain't never seen that.
You never seen it, but you know the history. Just like everybody else know their history.
But look,
I ain't never seen that, man.
But how long ago was that, though?
You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't matter how long ago.
I know, but I'm just saying. Think about it. Think about what you're saying. What we're referencing.
I agree with you.
That's what I'm saying. We agree with you, but gee whiz.
But it's still something that we can build off. If it was once done, why can't it be repeated? Why can't it be we repeat going out there spending money to no people? Well, so why we can repeat something like that?
Because we're gonna take a billionaire down.
Because there are different.
We're gonna take the billionaires down.
Yeah, there's got to be something somewhere where there's some. You can't do it because I ain't got that level of money. I ain't got that level of money, but I gotta think that there's some people who could turn around communities like that and put stuff like that, make that stuff that happen.
I one time I seen an interview with Jay-Z, right? And he said people ask why I don't do this in Marcy, why I don't do this in Marcy, build this or build this in Marcy. He said, what use would it for me to bring all these nice things in this neighborhood if the mindset ain't changed?
Yep.
So is that, I mean, not putting words, but going off of that, why not affect the mind then? So he
was saying change the mindset first. But I don't know how you do that.
But I'm sure that interview, because he doesn't have many. How long ago was that? That was a long time ago, right?
Maybe a couple years ago. Yes. I think it's right before they started bringing in that crypto stuff. Okay. Because he bought a program like that to Marcy.
But still, the fact of the matter though, he still tried other ways. He tried to influence people's mindset with music. He even mentioned, he said years ago he wanted to rap like Nas, but he saw that Nas was a seller, so he wanted to get his money first. Then he came back and he gave us 444. He said, he even stated it in the song. I'm giving you all this knowledge for $9.99.
Yeah.
So he's trying to give you knowledge so you can change your mindset at least a little something. Because I guess this is the only way you're going to understand it is through the music. Because if I'm sitting here talking, I'm going to these panels, I'm trying to get people to teach out, and y'all still not changing your mindset. So let me give it to you in a song. If you don't understand it that way, then it's lost souls. Lost mindsets. And I'm not gonna say lost souls, lost mindsets.
And the crazy thing is, I always thought that, when things change, we can take everybody. Everybody that's in America. If we want to go back to Africa, we can take everybody back to Africa. But Marcus Garvey said, I don't want to take everybody back to Africa.
Right.
Because there's some people that need to stay here in the United States because they don't think like that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So why take them back? And I was like, oh, man. I guess you can't save everybody.
Yeah, you can't. You definitely can't.
Definitely can't, man. You really can't.
So check this out. Okay. Many of the companies, they drive the boy. Yeah. But there was a viral, what they say, a moment in Los Angeles last night with demonstrators. They hung a banner over the freeway. And it read, honk if you know Kanye West is right about the Jewish people.
That's what somebody, a citizen.
And they say they heard horns all day. But you can hit your horn. Ain't nobody going to see you no more. Right. But I bet you'll never step up and say that.
No.
Right. That's par for the course. Because when it's time when you need that back and that influence, because there isn't enough, with one saying it, you got to have some backing. A petition ain't just one person. Something like that. You got to have thousands of signatures. You got to show that you can have some impact or some influence. You got to flex with them numbers.
Yeah,
that's what you got to do. So, but just like with Kaepernick, there were several players who agreed with him, but I ain't going out there and I ain't gonna do it like that.
No,
I ain't gonna do it like that.
I ain't gonna lose what I got.
You know what I'm saying? I can't do that. So for him, I mean, again, he is sacrificing. And which makes me believe that he believes in what he's saying.
Oh, he do. He really do. And there's, like I said, I didn't understand the George Floyd comment.
No, I couldn't disagree with him more.
I don't know if
that's just he. Was,
I don't know with
he was
him
tripping.
being his feelings.
He was tripping on that part.
Yeah,
he was tripping.
And so, but I tried to understand it.
But that's what be hurting though, because he makes some good points, but then But go ahead.
Yeah, but at that time, that came off the interview with Candace Owens,
Right.
and the doctor got up in and said that George Floyd was full of fentanyl, toxic level of fentanyl, and that the officer knee wasn't on his neck for 8 minutes. But at that time, man, when you feeling like the world is against you, when you see something that you can gravitate to,
hurt people.
Yeah, and sometimes you make decisions that I wish I wouldn't have said that, but you made a decision. You said that on TV, but back then you gave the family $2 million though.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. But that's the thing I think sometimes how in the moment he can be sometimes. He's so in the moment. That's how he felt right then. Whether it's in that moment he was like 2 million. Or in the moment when he said something totally different and he's like, his knee wasn't on his neck. I'm like, dude, come on now. Stop playing. You hurting me. You hurting me. And he did say something. He's like, and I know he apologized a couple of times for different things. I would just say, give it a listen. It's a very interesting, and it's interesting because he's such a pioneer and icon from a music standpoint, because that's how he was introduced in my life. And during that time, he was one of my favorite music producers, because I thought he was bringing out the best in a lot of the hip hop artists at that time because of the different style and the samples and everything that he was bringing to the game. And I thought he had a real ill flavor. So during that time when he was doing all of that, it was just like when hip hop was a huge part of my life, and everything like that. So it's interesting to me in that
I see talk about cooking birds, talking about spoken words.
Yeah, I mean, he had his college dropout. Yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying, late registration. These were when I was in college, and knew people who were feeling more along those lines and did those things. So I mean, it's just he's an icon, going on, like I said, to be the richest billionaire
and fashion,
and for him now to do something that I didn't think if you would have said 20 years ago, this is what Kanye West going to be doing, I'd have been like, nah. But the fact that he is unprecedented, something that I've never seen before. And I'm scratching my head, intrigued, curious. Sometimes I don't care because he just, he seemed like he putting on. But when he was like, I'm ready to die for this, come kill me. I'm like, man, I who else said that? I haven't heard.
Somebody else led you that way.
Yeah.
Dame said the same thing.
Oh.
About Leo Cohen. And what's Leo Cohen, the president of Def Jam?
Right, he was back then. He used to always go butt heads with him.
He was a Jewish dude. And he was saying we can get our own. We don't need them. They had their own.
Right.
A lot of people thought they worked for Def Jam, but it was a partnership.
Yeah, that's what he
just like Yeezy was a partnership with Adidas. Yeezy didn't work with Adidas. He owned 100% of Yeezy, the name.
95, and then 5 go to his,
Yeah,
but still.
But check this out. What they get it mixed up is now he don't own the product. He owned 100% of the name. Which one would you rather have with his influence, the name or the product?
Give me my name.
So if I kept my name, that means I can build more product.
Yeah.
But we first said, he owned 100%, right, and that Yeezus was gonna go down. But they said Yeezus didn't go down.
He's infamous now.
Yeah.
He was famous before. He's infamous now. Yeah. Infamous. And like one thing I did, you don't have to agree with everything, and I don't agree with everything he said. But he's somebody who's standing on what he believes, and coming off of somebody who y'all just witnessed the last president we had before the one. That's why he was successful and he got the backing, because he just meant what he said and he said what he meant. He said it he was unapologetic about what he was saying and what he was feeling. And so much of the country, this dude won the presidency with that brash and boldness, and I didn't agree with a lot of what Trump was doing, what he was saying. And I was wondering, I was like, how could so many people, this dude wouldn't even denounce the KKK.
Yeah.
I mean, the president of the United States wouldn't even denounce the KKK.
But you want to hang Kanye, call him crazy.
Think about it.
Yeah, I mean,
The leader of the free world won't even denounce somebody, a group of people who we know are just terrorizing ours. That's what they do. That's what they did. Burning crosses. He won't even denounce that and say that was wrong. That was foul.
yeah, I mean, you gotta
Yeah,
think
and
about.
then he hit you
You
with
got,
Proud Boy stand up.
yeah, I mean, you gotta think about it, man. There's so many things out there in the world that we don't know about, and it could be right up in our front of our face, and people still won't admit to it. You know what I mean? It's like there's, I mean,
Get over it.
Yeah,
Why don't y'all just get over slavery?
yeah, that's what they want.
Get over it.
That's
Just
what they
get
want.
over it. I didn't own any slaves.
Yeah, that's what they want. That's what they want because they don't. We don't fight hard enough. They see that. They see that they have us there. That we don't fight hard enough to get that. We don't have them leaders out there. No, we don't have a Malcolm X. We don't have a Martin Luther King. We don't have nobody out there that like just like how Kanye said, I would die for this for my peoples. We don't have that person
Right,
no more.
right.
We don't have that person. And then if we do, I don't still think we'll follow them because of the mindset that our people have.
Or if they can do that without, because he's been discredited and slandered right now.
All the time.
And if you and he, like he said, he's crazy, right?
Yeah.
That's how it gets put. Because if you want to follow with him now you crazy.
Same thing they did to Malcolm.
Now you anti-Semitic.
Yeah. So check this out. Should Nori had apologized for that interview?
I like the way he did apologize. Nori got good. Should he have apologized for? He apologized for not. What did he say? He's not he didn't apologize for having him on the show, but he said that he apologized for not saying something about what he disagreed with in the moment and waiting such a long time before he brought it up again.
But every time he got deep, Nori tried to derail him. Like we like Jewish people.
We love Jews.
Every time he got hot, because he had to save himself at that moment.
Okay.
Because we can cut you too, brother.
Yeah.
But you got to think about it though. Majority of times when shows or something like that, they always just say this is not the what is it? How
These views
are not
the
thought. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's something. Yeah, or something like that. Yeah, some legal jargon, right? So that's easily could have been said or done if you know
They did do that.
He did do that.
I don't know if they did it initially.
No,
They might have added that
yeah.
later on.
Yeah.
Later on, because it was so powerful that YouTube took it down,
Yeah, yeah.
but they brought it back.
They brought it back. Think about that now.
You know what?
Because we know he might have said some stuff, but a lot of it was the truth. The only thing that I saw that Nori really disagreed with and I disagreed with was the George Floyd. He said, but he said, the bigger thing is not that black lives don't matter, but Black Lives Matter, the corporation, is some BS.
Oh, okay.
It's some BS. And they saying, well, like that was put together. And he was saying it was so offensive to the people at Black Lives Matter, which he said the Jewish people put together, that when he wore that White Lives Matter, that it was a disgrace to them.
Yeah. They flipped it.
So sometimes the brother could be so far ahead that it might take you might got to rewind the song.
But look at what he said to it. He asked the question though. And he did ask the question. That's what I thought. So the media 2.5, 3 years ago, they were putting up on a pedestal Black Lives Matter. Right? Mm-hmm. They were behind it as well. And they were pushing that. And so when you have that level of there's a sense of pride and there's something that comes with that movement. Black Lives Matter. If you've never heard that before, what? That's on CNN, CBS, Black Lives Matter? Huh? Mm-hmm. They are killing us out here. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Mm-hmm. We getting footage now. You know? But then you say Black Lives Matter, and then you put the people, and it's in the mindset of outrage after we see some of the stuff and we see the killings and stuff like that. So we get mad and angry. And then when we get upset or do whatever, and then you say, you don't have the right to that kind of anger. It's like you set me up. That was almost entrapment. That's like that's entrapment. You've been telling me, pumping me, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, and then when you then trying to shut me up, that's frustrating. You know, it's exhausting.
You right. You right.
And now I don't have the right to be upset. You were just telling me that my life mattered. Mm-hmm. You were just with me.
Yeah.
2 months ago in some cases. Now you tired of it already.
So check this out. Did CNN fool us? Because they hyped it.
Over and over again. They weren't the only ones.
So check this out.
The newspapers.
Let me say something else, right? But Fox News said it was a BS.
My thing is, they never showed the face. It was never a face for the Black Lives Matter movement.
It's a lady.
It's a lady.
Yeah, it's a lady. And last year they said she bought a $6 million house.
Yeah. I didn't even need a face. I just like the fact that the words was being put on TV like that.
Yeah, and what you say always say about words.
Yeah.
Words matter, man. You can't take them back, but words matter. Yeah. Choose your words wisely. Anything you say.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's confusing and frustrating to me about the English language, or probably any language, but the English language is one word. Insert it, taken out, change, manipulate it, put at the beginning versus the end. It flips the whole narrative.
But some people don't, to piggyback off what you just said, some people do not understand the definition of a lot of words. You could say a word and they take it to another level because their definition is not the actual definition of it. Because I mean, like you said, you could say, like I told somebody the other day, I said that I want, but I need certain things. And they was like, that's the same. How is that the same?
Oh, see, I can't even talk.
Want and need.
I can't even talk to them.
Yeah.
But
pick your
along
fights.
those lines,
Pick your fight.
Exactly. But the one I will pick is when I'm schooling someone on the word we talk about all the time is ignorance. Within our culture, ignorance is perceived as, derogatory. It's an insult. You dumb. When in all actuality and factually, it just means you don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why when I say it right now, I said you just mean you don't know.
That just all it means. That's all it means is you don't know.
Yep.
And somebody call you ignorant and you ready to go to blows or do whatever it is you got to do. And all they saying is you don't know. And just because you don't know.
Don't make you stupid.
If you don't know, go find out. Or ask them, inform me.
But that's why I said we got a bunch of people, I stated this before, walking around with smartphones that don't even use them. Don't use them.
Or it take work to look it up.
It do. It's right there.
It take words. It take work, I meant.
Yes.
And we all know that people don't want to work nowadays, so we know that already.
I gotta hit you with this quote though, and it was in reference to, I think it ties in kind of to what we're talking about. It was about Frederick Douglass, the great Frederick Douglass. All right, and it's about power, and I think the power is being illustrated now in what's going on. How Kanye tried to flex and show his power, but now he's being flexed on.
Yeah. But
it's within the culture. So power, this is an old saying, Freddie Douglass, old dude, he dead. But power concedes nothing. Power can, whatever is in power will concede nothing without a demand. Nothing. It never did and it never will. You find out just what any people will quietly submit to, and you have found out the exact measure of injustice and wrong which will be imposed upon them. And these, meaning the injustices and the wrongs, these will continue till they are resisted with either words or blows or both. So power ain't gonna change for nothing without a demand. You gotta buck the system at some point in time. That's what's happening here. And he's doing something that's never been done before against probably, if these statistics are right that he's saying, the most powerful and influential group of individuals who are in any entertainment medium at this point in time. So it's very interesting to me to see what's going to happen to him. Because he still got a lot of money. He ain't on this level. He ain't broke like Corey. By no means. But I'm interested to see who's gonna distance themselves, affiliate themselves, and what's gonna happen. This is entertainment.
Yo.
This is entertainment to
Yo.
me. So if this is entertainment, then I'm here for this.
I think I got it. I really do think I got it. They're going to distance themselves for a little while to please the masses. But as this young man builds up independently, you're going to want to come back. Adidas coming back. They're going to want to come back.
You say you like numbers, right?
Hold up.
He say
because they're going to show you the power, and they're going to show you what? Because he has a demand. I demand you not put my people like that. I demand you not do this.
And ain't nobody else saying that. Ain't nobody else doing that.
No, because to some people like me, I feel you that you sticking up. When you look past, you got to look past the money.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. And nobody's doing that nowadays.
Look past the money.
Ain't nobody sacrificing. Ain't no Muhammad Ali.
And this
ain't none of that.
And this
Like,
is
we talk about the leaders.
Yeah.
And it's as unconventional and uncomfortable as this is, I'm here for it because this is where we can grow.
Yeah.
We can learn a lot from this.
And when you look past the money, great people comes on your team because they see the purpose.
The purpose. Yeah. Now I'm telling you, like if he does try to go political. 4 years ago, Trump was president.
Yeah.
That's all I was saying.
Yeah. I don't think he want. I don't think he want to go political. I think he just said, but I don't think he want to go political because now you're back in the contract. Right now, you're a free thinker. You can do what you want. Don't have to answer to nobody.
You're right.
So now
I probably wouldn't want to go there
so
either.
now I can do this. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Yo, like his dad is in the DR and they got a water factory or something like that. So he said, you can need money, but you're gonna need water.
Yeah.
He ain't dumb.
No, he ain't, like I said, he ain't going broke. He ain't broke. He gonna be all right.
And he also stated that too. He said a lot of people wonder why I just don't pack up, go to Hawaii, and just live off my money. He said, that's the easiest way out. I can do that. Like he truly said he could go somewhere, be quiet, chill out, no have to bother nobody. But that's not what he want to do. That's not what's in his heart. Another thing is too, like you said, Adidas gonna come back. They are.
They're gonna want to come back.
They want to come back. The reason why is because they're already taking a financial hit.
256.
This
Yes.
the same dude.
256 million.
This the same dude who I disagree with about so much. But he said, imagine us building our own communities.
Yeah. And he was trying to do that.
Who else talking like that?
Nobody.
Let's build our own. Who else with bread putting it out there that's something.
Because it's feasible. That's why and it doesn't take a lot of money. It's just the fact that our people have to understand we have to support each other and work together. It can't be about everybody else at that moment in time. It got to be about us, but they don't want it to be about us because there's so much jealousy, so much hate, so much envy, so much mindset that's just to another level where it's like, okay, why wouldn't you want to see us, someone like you, look like you, be successful and be happy for them? And if you know they can make it, you can make
it too.
It may not be in the same realm. Okay, just because they do it in entertainment doesn't mean you can't do it in something else. Yeah,
it's because we had the same opportunity and we come from the same place, but you did it.
And that's envy.
You know, a lot of people would rather see somebody of a different culture empowered than a person of his same culture because we look the same.
Yeah.
Not me.
We had the same.
And
we
that's
had the
what
same opportunity.
And that's what he's jealous of. He said so many times, and that's what he said. I think during the interview, he said that's what his epiphany was after being on the show. Like he's jealous of the Jewish community. He admitted to this. He was like, "I'm jealous of how they don't kill each other. How they don't kill each other in the streets. He's jealous of how they do business. He's jealous of how they can read their contracts and know what's in them."
And that's the crazy part about it. You know what?
He's jealous of how they stick together.
He's jealous of that. And you know, there's people of the African American community that adapts that, wants to be. There are black Jews because they don't have it in their own.
Yeah,
I know a black Jew personally. I know a person that took that in because he was envy of that, and he decided to transfer. He transferred over to be a black Jew.
Because he admired so much how they move among their group and within.
And 9 times out of 10, it was because they're equated with money.
Yep.
Was it?
Yep.
I remember when I was young, talking about black Jew, and they always say a Jewish person knows how to negotiate very well too. You know, they ain't giving up on no money. But you see how it tricked us again? We want to be everything else but ourselves.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. Dang. Yep. They want to. We're so fast to adapt somebody else's culture, somebody else's religion, somebody else's, but our own.
Because we don't know it. It was robbed of us.
That's true.
But we don't, and nobody went back to find out. And then establish it. Do you really want to start? Is there honor amongst the majority who want to really start from slavery? Because over here, that's where it come from.
But we go back so further than slavery. Like the richest man in Babylon. But a lot of people don't know that because nobody ever taught them that.
No.
We think it starts with slavery, but it takes some work to go back and see that you start before slavery.
See?
But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna believe what I tell you. You gonna believe what I tell you about your people.
I would like that. I would like that for the majority. I would like that. Where's the documentary on that?
You ain't gonna see that unless we make it.
You know what I'm saying? You want to give me Narcos over and over again? Yeah.
Yo, it's crazy.
Yeah, he said a lot of good stuff. He was saying how he got a lot. His father is still living. You know, we know his mother has passed, but he referred to his father a lot. And within our community, like our very first episode of this podcast,
he keeps telling, take the father out the house.
Take the father out
and
the house.
He said that happened with him and his mother and his father.
See?
Moved his mother to Chicago and got a great job, but you can't bring that dude around because he's speaking the truth.
See?
But and the female, I'm not saying no, she went where it was, I don't want to say profitable, but can maintain and take care of her son.
More secure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Safety. So then now you take a lot of our fathers, whether it's incarceration or death, whatever the case may be, and there ain't no Holy Spirit or Heavenly Father that they worship. So there's no Father. There's no guidance. And that leaves it to whatever the youth or the child can latch on to. Whatever. And then all the time, as you know, it ain't good. It ain't all good out there.
You're right. I heard a quote today. I don't even know if that's got something to do with this right now. You know, everybody like blessing on blessing for God's, right? And like we getting the blessing, but you know what he said? The devil can bless you too.
Amen.
Man, that hit strong with me.
Yeah. I've been blessed by the devil a lot, man. That's why I mean, you don't have to do a lot when you decide to let go and let God. You don't really gotta fight a lot of battles. They be won when you ain't absent. You ain't even gotta say nothing, and it be already won.
That's true.
Well, man, this is Real Talk 360. And we just had to come on there, man. Is Kanye, is he a genius? Is he crazy? Is he a fool?
He ain't crazy.
That's your opinion.
Yeah.
But when I say one thing, don't let other cultures form your opinion.
Right.
Don't let media form your opinion.
Right.
Don't let the money form your opinion.
Right.
State your own opinion. Go do the work.
Yeah. Listen. Just go do a little bit of listening.
Individuality.
That's it. Don't be lazy.
What is Jamel Live, man? This is another episode of Real Talk 360. Glad you joined in. We'll holla.
Yeah. Take it easy.
We holla.
Till next time.